That's right. Yeah.
You and Kip Sabian, Double or Nothing 2019. And look, there's been so many amazing things that have happened in AEW over the last 5 years. But the fact that you guys had that first singles match is something people will be talking about forever.
Mm-hmm.
What an honor to be able to...
Tell me when I'm telling lies!
Let me in. Hey, this is Toxic Ring Scandal, aka KDH, featuring the Turnbuckle King, TBK. Got a good for you guys today. We'll talk about what happened to one of the pillars. And what I mean is, I'm talking about Sammy Guevara, the guy who just cannot keep his nose clean. The guy, every time you look up, it's something going on with him. Man, it's just crazy. Sammy Guevara, it's amazing that he went from being a TNT champion, being one of the pillars of AEW, known as All Elite Wrestling. Now he is suspended currently, right now. So it's just wild of stuff that's going on with him. You guys let me know, what do you think of this whole situation? Sammy Guevara being suspended following, the whole botch with Jeff Hardy. It happened a few weeks ago. It seems like this man just can't keep his nose clean. I don't know. It's just one thing after another with him. But like I said, we're going to get into it. We're going to talk about the whole situation with Sammy Guevara. I'll go over a couple things, go over his suspensions and everything. Now, I will say Sammy Guevara, he seems talented, but I think he's a wasted talent because he is, he just can't keep. He's a good talent in the ring, but he's either botching a move, doing something silly, or getting himself into trouble. It never stops with Sammy Guevara, no matter what the case is. It never stops with him. I don't know what he could do to keep himself together. I just don't get it with him. But Sammy Guevara, I do know that, he's talented. Not only he's talented, he is a 3-time TNT champion. He won the championship on 3 separate occasions. Now, think about him when he did win the TNT championship. He was brought in as part of Chris Jericho's inner circle. And then he also was a part of his second stable, Chris Jericho stable, which was recently the Jericho Appreciation Society. But he is a record-tying 3-time former AEW TNT champion. I know he was also in another partnered up with AEW, Lucha Libre AAA Worldwide. And he's a former AAA Mixed Tag Team champion with his real-life wife, Tay Mello. People don't notice too, but what's so interesting about Sammy Guevara, despite all of that, he was trained by one of the best in the business. He was trained by Booker T. He was trained by Booker T's reality of wrestling promotion. That's where Sammy started his career. He started there back in 2010. Now, he not only he did that, he did independent scene, stuff like that. He did plenty of things. He did that. He was even in Impact Wrestling. He wrestled in Japan. But he's most famous for knowing being in AEW. Because he was, he's pretty much been in AEW since in its inception when they debuted in 2019. So I will give him that. Not only he been in AEW, he was involved in the first ever match in AEW. Now, also too, he's been, like I said, he has the potential, but I just feel like it's wasted talent. And I always wasted talent because he just something. I always felt like it's something missing with Sammy Guevara. Always something missing with this guy, no matter what the case may be. Always something missing with him. But like I said, another reason he got to where he's pretty much storyline, or you could say even in real life, this is what kept him afloat all this time. He's pretty much a protege or project of Chris Jericho. Come on, he was in both of his stables. He was in Inner Circle, Jericho Appreciation Society. Jack Hagar, known as Jack Swagger, was too. But he's been in a lot of matches. He's been involved in some feuds. 3-time TNT Champion. He was in last year's Double or Nothing of the Four Pillars match for the AEW World Championship, which was Sammy Guevara himself, Darby Allin, of course, Jungle Boy Jack Perry, long forgotten, and of course the champion at the time, Maxwell Jacob Freeman, aka MJF. And it's like every time we think he's going to get close, if he's going to get somewhere far, we get one of these. Yeah, he can never get to the mountaintop. And it seemed like Sammy Guevara had potential to be an AEW World Champion, but there's always something missing or something slipping up with this guy. There's nothing he can get right. So I believe that it's just he has it, but he doesn't have it all at what it takes. And what's crazy is he was, like I said before, he was in the first ever AEW singles match. That's the crazy part about it. He's in the first ever singles match. There was a little small clip about it. And this little small clip was with him and Chris Van Fleet. They discussed it.
I think people forget about you is you had the very first singles match in AEW history.
That's right, yeah.
You and Kip Sabian, Double or Nothing 2019. And look, there's been so many amazing things that have happened in AEW over the last 5 years. But the fact that you guys had that first singles match is something people will be talking about forever.
Mm-hmm.
What an honor to be able to do that.
Yeah, so he was involved in the first ever singles match in AEW history along with Kip Sabian. So, like I said, he has it. He had all potential, everything. Just he was always missing something. Always felt something missing. And not only was something missing, he was also very botchy. And we know this before. I explained it with a situation with Matt Hardy. Also explained it with that match. That was explained on here before, how he botched that match so terrible that he really could have ended Matt Hardy's career. He really could have ended it. And it's just a lot of major concern for him and his health and Matt Hardy's health during that match. So it's just he can't get it right for anything in the world. And another thing too, he's a real goofy dude too. Sammy Guevara always he's just real silly. It's still like he don't take anything seriously. He don't take anything seriously. He just don't. And I wish he would take things more seriously, because these are people's lives that you got in stake. These are people's careers you have in stake. So it's nothing to mess with. It's something you don't want to do. I don't think you want to do that. But it just I don't know what else he can get right. I know also too, Sammy Guevara, he has, it ain't just, he has people to take care of. He has a wife now. He's married to Tay Mello, and he just had a daughter. And since he just had a daughter and he's married, he can't do nothing to jeopardize his job, put in a position where he cannot provide for them. That's something he does not want to do. And I think if he continues to get in trouble, I think it's going to be, I don't know, I just think it's going to be the end of his career. I think it's going to be in his career if he does not get it together. That's the feeling I'm getting with Sammy Guevara. There's nothing he could do. It's feel like he can't do nothing right. Nothing's going to go his way, especially if he keep doing foolishness. Every time I look up, there's something going on with this guy. He can never, ever, ever get it together for the life of me. So hopefully he figures it out. I hope he does, but I don't know. It's just one thing after another with this guy. One thing after another. And I just hope he gets it to the point where he can put himself in a position where he could be in a position to be in a good top spot. Now, I know people are backing him in AEW. Chris Jericho's backing him. Tony Khan's backing him. He may be backed by, by other people we don't know about. But if he don't get it together, it still can be the end of his career. It could be the end of this man's career. So hopefully he gets it right. He has to at some given point in time, rather sooner than later. I would not like it for him to lose his job regarding this whole issue. That would not be good, especially for Sammy Guevara, for his case. And like I said, it's been controversy after controversy with this guy every time we look up. So he needs to really, really get things in full gear. Now, the things I was going to mention too is not just one, but two suspensions, not just one botch, two botches. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to mention right now, and like I said, it's been mentioned before on here at the locker room. Like I say, you can see that at the locker room. He also addressed this stuff too. He addressed the issues. Brutally honest, good red salute. Thanks for coming out. But what I was going to say, Sammy Guevara, he just has to get things in line. He has to get things in line. Now, what I'm going to bring up now, the issues that I'm going to address. We're going to talk about this little botch thing he had going on. And we'll talk about the botch right now. Let's see. The issues I want to bring up now. Salute, C.O. Myers, salute. Thanks for coming out to the locker room. We're going to talk about his the botch move that he did. And he even addressed it. He addresses a famous botch spot with Matt Hardy. And he talks about it right here. Now, what he said here during this whole, that pretty much cost him his career, could have cost Matt Hardy's career, either way, no matter how you spin it. But he said during the whole thing, let me read the whole thing for you guys. He said that Sammy Guevara had highs in his career, but his rivalry hit a low point for the Spanish guy. He said the famous match at All Out 2020 was the worst moment of storyline played by problems. A spot that Guevara saw Hardy spear Hardy off a scissor lift went wrong, which scared for everyone. And it was scary. And then he said, I think the tapes were too close. That's what it was. They were a little bit further, or we went too high on a scissor lift. This is what he told Chris Van Fleet. It was such an unfortunate thing. We had so much cool stuff for the match. Now, he said he had cool stuff for the match. That's good. But he went about it the wrong way. And, and I wish he didn't do that. It would have been much better if he just, that thing, and that's also on AEW. It just was not planned right. It was not planned right at all. It just wasn't, to say the least. It just wasn't playing right at all. Also, he said it was such an unfortunate thing. That cool stuff. He said he was getting thrown off deadly space in the thing. We're going to climb the roof. And then Hardy was able to continue wrestling the match despite the connection with the concrete floor. But he said he's remembered as the worst moments of AEW history. And we know that because AEW tried to make everyone forget about it. But at a personal level, it was an opportunity to learn what's in the situation. Now, that's crazy he says that. But let's see. Let's see what he had to say about that. Let's give me 1 second. See what you guys have to say. Yeah, they should have stopped the match. They should have stopped the match. I don't know why, but they should have stopped the whole match. I don't know why they didn't stop this match at all. Like I said, it's... And with that being said, this has to go on the list. It's got to go on the list, man. Before I go further, let's go. Let's add this to the list.
You just made the list. Oh no.
It's just terrible. Terrible. I don't know what else this man. It's just one thing he can he do without some nonsense. That's the thing. Can he? So let's get into it. Let's talk more about this. Because this definitely needs to be highlighted some more. 1 second, guys. Give me 1 second. Now, what I'm gonna do here, he talked about this himself. So we want to hear what he wants to see, his expression of him talking about this on Chris Van Fleet. Now I want to see let's see how this man really felt about the whole situation. I read it, but let's talk more about it, guys. Let's really talk more about it. And let's see how he really felt about this right now. Let's see what he had to say. And this is Sammy Guevara on Chris Van Fleet.
To what you do and what the Hardys did, and for you to have the program that you had with Matt Hardy.
Oh yeah,
that must have just been crazy,
dude. Big Hardy boys, Mark. You know, growing or imitating their moves, and so to be able to wrestle Matt multiple times, it was like, wow, this is cool.
Then he runs you over in a golf cart.
yeah, that didn't feel too good,
dude. You took that bump at full speed.
Like I said, give 100% every time. You know, leave nothing undone. And people forget, Chris kind of hit the golf cart right before that. He kind of just like maybe touched it a little bit. And I remember telling him, like, I'm going to make this look crazy. Like, all right, you're going to hit me with a golf cart? Like, you're going to hit me with a golf cart, you know?
But you can't practice that.
No, absolutely not. When the red light's on, that's when we're going, you know?
So how did you time it to jump at the windshield as it's coming at you?
It was almost like a deer in headlights. I'm running, and then it's coming, and it's like, oh, there's not like too much time to think, because it's like it's coming at you too. It turned out pretty well. I almost had the Yamcha pose from Dragon Ball Z, where I'm just lying there dead.
All the memes that came out of that, because like you look behind you and you see it, and then you start running.
Yeah.
And then it hits you.
Yeah.
That was great.
People were like, why didn't you just run left or right? And I'm like, oh, I didn't think of it.
Yeah, maybe next time.
Yeah,
next time.
Well, I did get hit again by a golf cart, so I'm really not learning my lesson.
The next time after that.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, you'll figure that after that.
Mm-hmm. Third time's a charm.
But that move with you and Matt Hardy on the scissor lift?
Eesh. Yeah.
That was scary.
I think that was scary for everybody.
Yeah.
The tables were, I think, too close. That's what it was. You know, if they were a little bit further, or we went too high on the scissor lift. Man, it was just such an unfortunate thing because we had so much cool stuff for that match. Like, so much cool stuff. I was actually going to get thrown off Daly's place to end the thing. Like, we're going to climb to the roof of Daly's place, and then...
What are you talking about?
I was going to get thrown off.
Onto what?
Something.
So are we talking 50 feet in the air? 100 feet in the air?
Maybe like 30 feet. Yeah. Yeah, I mean...
It's like a Shane McMahon spot.
Literally, yeah. You know, that would have been really cool. Just because I love falling off high things. But...
Who says that, by the way? I just love falling off high stuff.
Man, it's like the closest thing you are to flying until gravity hits you.
It's also the closest thing to dying. You know?
That's true, yeah. That's true.
I don't know, man. That's... I'm glad you're doing it and not me.
Yeah, but man, that match, you know, unfortunately, it's remembered as like one of the worst moments in AEW. But I think it was a lot of learning from all aspects of what to do in a situation like that. You know, and I'm just happy Matt was okay. You know, I remember I was in the back like crying, man, because I was like so upset. He's like a hero of mine, and like stuff keeps happening because the chair thing just happened like a couple weeks before that. Yeah. And I followed him to the hospital, and I stayed with him till like 5 a.m. to make sure he was good, you know.
Wow. Accidents happen though.
No, yeah, and it just, you know, it was unfortunate. It was like one after another, and it's like, dude, what the fuck? Like, am I destined to like fuck this guy up, you know? Like, why is this happening?
Yeah, why am I hurting my childhood hero?
Yeah, dude, it was unfortunate, but I will say respect to Matt, because he could have said, you know what, it is just not working out with this kid. Don't want to work with him anymore. Yeah. But he still worked with me. We did the Elite Deletion match at his compound, and you know, that's respect to him to finish the story the right way instead of just, you know, cleaning his hands with it. He was like, no, we got to finish it the right way.
When you think back to the Stadium Stampede, what's the feeling in your gut?
Man, that was such a crazy time of wrestling because the pandemic and everything. And then it's like, okay, we're gonna wrestle in this big empty stadium,
NFL stadium.
Yeah, and then you know, we're all talking about ideas and stuff, and then it almost became a bit of like, how much bad stuff can happen to me in the match. I'm getting chased by a golf cart. I'm getting chased by a horse. I'm getting hit by sprinklers. I get thrown off of this.
Oh man, Sammy, you want to fall 30 feet. Wow, that is just crazy on all levels. What were you thinking, man? I mean, you could have really hurt this man, Matt Hardy. What is wrong with you? I mean, you gotta get on the list for this one. You lost your mind. You just made the list. Oh, no. Yeah, it made no sense what you were doing. Matter of fact, you lucky he did have patience with you, Sammy. You lucky Matt Hardy did not go off on you. You lucky he didn't go into some type of rage or snap on you like this.
I don't care what Edge wants. I'm Seth freaking Rollins. This place revolves around me. One-on-one. I don't care what Edge wants. I'm Seth freaking Rollins. This place revolves around me.
Yeah, I don't know what happened with you, Sammy. It seemed like after that botch, one thing after another happened, because we know that after that botch happened, that was back in 2020. We know after that you had suspension. The first suspension was back in 2020. And I think it was, I don't know if it was before this botch match or after, but it was the same year, either or. And you were suspended for comments what you said about Sasha Banks, who's now there coincidentally as Mercedes Moné. And let's see what happened here. All Lee Russell suspends Sammy Guevara after explicit Sasha Banks comment resurfaces. And it's him talking about he wants to violate her. That's what he said. He wants to violate her. And that's just that is so irresponsible and so unprofessional and very degrading to say that about anybody. You shouldn't say you want to violate somebody. That seems like you got some issue, Sammy. Seems like you crazy. I don't know what your issue is, but saying that, you lost your mind. I don't know what's wrong with you. You know, I don't know what your issue saying that. That don't make any sense. You know, when you said that, when he made that comment, I knew that was it for him. I knew that was it for him.
Shit's about to hit the fan. Shit's about to hit the fan.
So when you said that, I knew that was it for him. He lucky he didn't get released on this whole thing. He lucky that. But I know he did have something to say regarding this whole suspension of Sasha Banks. And let's see what he had a little comment after saying he apologized, but he still got suspended. I forgot how long he was suspended for, but I know he was suspended for it. Let's see what he has to say about that.
In 2020, 2016 me is a very different me. And that's not an excuse. I still said those things, and I'll still pay for those things. But that's not me. And I think along these 4 years, more than anything, I feel like what I've done is I've grown as a person, and I've become better. And just know whenever I do come back, I will be better. I'm going to do sensitivity training, and I'm going to be a better version of myself. And so again, sorry for anybody I let down, and to Sasha and to anybody I hurt. I will be back. Until then, you know, yeah, take it easy. You know, I'll see you when I see you.
So that was Sammy Guevara on his social media account. I don't know if it was X or Instagram or just whatever account it was, but he issued an apology regarding that statement, and he was suspended. But seemed like I said, he had the botch match, the first suspension, but seemed like trouble follows him wherever he goes. That was back in 2020. Now we're fast forward to 2024 today, and also he had another suspension. He got suspended a second time, which is recent right now, of what he did, and it's regarding this. Oops, sorry. This is from this suspension. And it says the latest on why Sammy Guevara was suspended from AEW. And we know he was suspended for his actions during a match with Jeff Hardy. So it seems like he can't get it right. I don't know what his issue is, but you've been suspended twice. You had 2 botched moves twice. And then your whole comments and everything. And it's just, like I said before, Sammy Guevara, it gets to the point you are a wasted talent in AEW. And I'm surprised you're still with the company. There were rumors that he got released. I saw it on X Twitter, but it turns out that wasn't true. That wasn't the case at all. So thank God that didn't happen. But still, he needs to grow up. Bottom line, Sammy needs to grow up. You need to get your stuff together, man. You need to stop playing around and stop acting up. Okay? He really needs to stop that because, I mean, you need to acknowledge the fact that you are a professional wrestler. You got your husband and father. You need to take things more seriously, and he just wants to play around. You got to acknowledge that. You got to acknowledge that.
The whole world will acknowledge me.
So you have to acknowledge that you have to take things seriously, and you need to get yourself together. Okay? Because if the next thing that he does, mark my words, if he keeps acting up, he do one more thing. One more thing. I mean, if he even sneezes wrong, they're going to have no choice but to release this man. He's going to get released. That's the final straw with him. He will be released if this does not continue. He will be released. They're not about to continue to give him chance after chance after chance after chance after chance after chance after chance. He has to stop at some point. Enough is enough. You don't get together. You're out of here. You're gone, released, whatever. That would be it for him. I can promise you that. Now, WWE, if they want to pick him up or he go back to Impact, TNA, I don't know. But I know this is not it for him if he continues to act up because, then you'll have regrets. Then you'll say you wish that you had a better career or you regretted it.
And it should have been me.
So, yeah, it's just enough is enough. Sam Guevara, you need to grow up. You need to get your career in line and everything because they're not about to keep getting all the chance in AEW. No matter who's back you, whether Chris Jericho, The Elite, Tony Khan, they ain't about to keep putting up with you, man. You're working everyone's last nerve, especially talent backstage. They're not going to keep putting up with your backstage ridiculous antics and these botching moves. That will not continue. That's the way I see it. And with that being said, you guys in live chat and also in the playback, let me know what you think of Sam Guevara's his downfall in AEW because he is not getting better. I thought he would, but apparently he isn't, and it's just no good at all. Only time will tell what's the next move of Sam Guevara in his career. Only time will tell. Only time will tell. We'll see what the next move is going to be. And that's all I have regarding what happened to one of the pillars. Downfall of Sammy Guevara. You guys, let me know what you think of this whole situation. Do you agree or disagree that he's going to continue to go downfall, or will he eventually get it together? Soon to videos will pop up for Toxic Ring Scandal. The first video will be who's had the best debut rating in AEW. The second video is why did she really get married? Until then, it is OUT.